Hi everyone, today we are catching up with my friend Rafael Cordeiro once again. Welcome, my friend.
Marcelo, my brother, it's always good to talk with you, my brother.
Yeah, Rafael. Uh, Long agenda, I'm looking over here. Neiman Gracie, Mike Tyson, Fabricio Werdum, Kelvin Gastelum, Marvin Vettori, Beneil Dariush against Tony Ferguson. lot of fights.
It's going to be a lot of emotions. It's going to be a lot of emotions, my brother.
Let's start from the last one, Neiman Gracie last Friday. How was that in your opinion?
It was a great fight, to be honest with you. We thought we won that fight. We know we're going to fight against a tough wrestling, a guy with good stand-up, with a powerful hand. But I believe we did the right thing, the right plan, right game plan. Neiman worked very, very well his wrestling, put on the full control of the fight, first, second round. In my opinion, we lost the third round just because we spent the last 1.5 in a bar doing guard. This is the reason I think we lost this third round, but most of the people think we won. It's really hard to live in judge's hands, but we did our best to beat him as fast as we could, but unfortunately, Victor didn't come this time.
And it was interesting for me as a Brazilian journalist to see Shootboxing Gracie together in the corner. You are one of the top guys of shootbox history, and Renzo Gracie was nice. How was that experience for you to share the corner with Renzo Gracie?
It was a great experience, Marcelo. Master Renzo Gracie, the guy that know everything about martial arts, they know everything about MMA. It's always really hard. It's always really nice to be with him, knowing a lot of histories about fights, about how to become a Gracie, how Gracie family becomes so successful inside martial. The way he can see, the way he see his fight, the way he see fight. Is remember the time back in the days shoot the box. He remind back the days in shoot box. And it was good to know the way he think about martial arts by the corner.
Very nice, very nice. And now in the next Saturday, you're gonna have Marvin Vettori facing Kelvin Holland, the talking guy. How do you see that fight going?
It's gonna be a great fight. Holland's a tough kid. Kid can have five fights in 2020. In the middle of pandemic, he did a lot of fights, and I believe it's going to be a great fight. They want to fight. They almost fought before in Jacksonville. The first UFC when they opened for the first show, they almost fought, but they canceled the fight. So as soon as they canceled the fight, they started an argument, tweeting bad things about each other, and now it's time. So after 1 year, it's time to put this fight again, and I think it's going to be a great fight. Everything comes at the right time. Holland, we respect him a lot to accept the fight in short notice, but he know the fight gonna put him on the top as well. So it's a great opportunity for him. Marvin is awesome as well because he keep in the card. He look forward to fight for the belt in the future, and at this point he doesn't care who is gonna fight. He just want to put pressure. He's just put pressure against somebody, and now somebody means Holland.
And in the sequence, you have 1 week later, you're going to have Kelvin Gastelum facing Robert Whittaker, another fight that almost happened, actually, really almost happened.
Yes, true.
And now it's going to finally take place. How is that?
So the first time, as the
recall us what
happened.
That was really crazy.
So we're back in Australia 2 years ago, almost 3 years, almost 3 years ago. We had the fight, we have a schedule, they face each other, and the fight of the fight day, Robert got sick, they have to do surgery, and then they cancel the fight. So after that, it was really hard because for me as a coach, I had to give the news for Kelvin in the morning, and it was no easy to say to him that the fight was canceled. But he showed his professional spirit at the time. In the moment of the war was peace, he showed his professional spirit, and he composed himself. And today we're here. After 2 years, almost 3 years, we're going to fight. We know it's going to be a great fight. We know this fight going to put Kelvin in the middle of everything to fight for the belt again. We are really excited for that. We believe Kelvin can put a great show. We respect Rob Whittaker a lot. We know such a nice kid as well. He trained with Brazilian guys there in Australia. I have pleasure in the past. They train in their gym. And they know the guys treat me very, very well over there. And I'm excited for this fight. It's going to be a great fight against, and it's going to be two great warriors. Fight for the dream, fight for the belt. So when you fight for the belt, everything can happen.
Yeah, good point for you, Rafael, is that you have all the guys training together during the camp almost at the same time. You have Neiman Gracie, you have Kelvin Gastelum, you have Marvin Vettori, and you have Fabricio Werdum. Everybody's fighting like one week after another. That was good, huh?
For me as a coach, it's awesome, Marcelo, because I can give attention for everybody, but I know in the end of the day, when you have a guys like Neiman, Kelvin, Marvin, Fabricio, Benny, Michael, Miguel, I have a bunch of now new kids in the gym, a lot of new lions. When you have guys like that to train, we know you can develop a lot every single day. Yeah, to the point that Marvin is always ready to fight because when he move away from camp, I have a Kelvin in. When Kelvin move away, I have Benny in. So they never stop training. They always help each other. This make our gym so successful. Not just about to go there and do your camp and leave, but no, keep there and help. So we keep our training from January to December, Monday to Saturday, without break. This is to make the gym the so success, not just inside martial arts, but as a family as well. This is my thing. This is what I learned with my master, Rudimar, back in the Institute Box. The most important thing is the unit of the gym. And this we can make in Kings MMA.
What about Werdum? What about how excited is Werdum for his debut in PFL?
He's really excited, Marcelo. It's a great moment for him. He trained very well. He moved to Brazil. He bought a nice house in Brazil, Florianopolis. So, and then he moved again to the United States. He's going to spend almost 3 months here to do his camp. He put his life to the side just to be prepared. It's going to be 4 fights. The way Rafael treat Fabricio, Fabricio got really excited to put his best inside the PFL. The way they recognize him as one of the best in the world, make him shake with Fabricio. Fabricio wants to show, and he wants to show them they make the right decision to pay what they want to pay what they will pay to him. Like guys, the money that the guy's gonna pay me, you're gonna see it's worth. It's gonna be worth, and this is what we believe. I believe Marcelo. He never had the grappling that he have now. He never had the power that he have now. He lifted a lot of weight. He does conditioning with Mike. Is a black belt from Helium. No, he's black belt for Henner and Helium Grace. So a guy who know about body, and I'm super excited for the future. Fabricio work his mental part with Eric in Brazil. So the camp is totally complete with good guys, with Cobrinha, Romulo Barral helping him in Jiu-Jitsu, Professor Roberto Ricardo Testai. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. 4 fights in 6 months. We have to do the job as clean as we can.
Yeah, and Werdum told me that he always dreamed to make more than 3 fights in a year, and he will finish his career doing that. So he's really excited about that.
It's important. It's something they always say. So, Fabricio, if you have to change something, I always ask him, if you have to change something in your career, what do you try to do different? He say, for sure, I want to try fight more, because when you fight, you can develop more your skills. You can fix your mistakes. This is the advice that I can do to the new generation. You have to fight as much as you can, because as soon as you fight, you're going to develop your game. You're going to put in situations sometimes then the comfortable zone you're never going to see. You have to move away sometimes for your comfort zone, face your fears, face different opponents, face a tough opponents, because from there you're going to build your spirit and your techniques.
What about Benil Dariush?
My boy, Benil Dariush.
He'll fight Tony Ferguson. Amazing fight too.
It's gonna be a great fight. We respect Tony. The fight was supposed to happen a long time ago, but now it's time to happen. And I'm excited with my boy. So he's one of the harder working that I have inside the gym. He's a big example for all my fighters. And I'm excited myself, not just because his techniques, but because his personality. He's the kind of kid you have a pleasure to talk. He's like he's a Christian kid, and he always have something nice to say. And I learn a lot with this kid. And 13 or almost 13 years work with him, and I can tell this kid is gonna be champ. We respect Tony Ferguson, but I'm gonna put pressure over here. I'm gonna try finish the fight the beginning to the end.
How do you see the fight going? The ground? How do you see he's winning
I
the
believe
fight?
Benio has skills, not just stand up but on the floor. But if the fight goes to the floor, I believe Benio can submit him. As soon as the fight goes to the floor, I believe Benio will submit him.
I will ask about Vettori and Gastelum too. How do you see them winning that fight?
So, with all respect to Robert Whittaker, with all respect with Holland, we're gonna do our game. We're gonna fight forward as always. We have no secret in our game. We're always gonna move forward the way they have to do. I'm never gonna train my fighters to do like we have to train safe for sure. We have to train safe, but in the end of the day, we have to win fights to move forward. And I want to use example as Wanderlei. Wanderlei always say that people complain about money. People always complain, oh, I have to make my money. I have to do this. I have to do that. How can I make my money? This is the best way to make money is fight hard. This is what I do with my students. I don't force nothing, but I let them know in train. If they train hard in the future, you're gonna work. Don't work now, but work hard now. Train hard. Because the way you train, you're gonna fight. The way you fight, you're gonna make money. So if you think about how you can make money, is fight forward. This is the way I train my fighters. This is I believe Kelvin and Marvin, they're gonna put pressure on both opponents. The victor, I never gonna promise victory, but I promise war. They're both gonna put a lot of war there.
Great, great. What about Mike Tyson, Rafael? Everybody's excited and anxious to know about him. We saw a lot of trash talk, and Evander Holyfield said he didn't want to fight anymore, and he came back and Tyson said he want to fight. Would be on May. It's gonna be on May. How is Tyson training right now?
Mike still work hard. Right after his fight, he spent just two or 3 weeks. He stopped training for 2 or 3 weeks, and then after that, he started training again. At least 3 weeks, at least 3 times a week. He lift weight. He do meets. He run. He lift the weight. So he do his thing. He's keep in shape. This is the most important thing now. We supposed to fight in May 29th. We don't know yet if it's official or not. The fight postponed. It'll be we're gonna move maybe a little bit forward with the fight. We don't know yet, but the fight is supposed to happen in May 29th in Florida, the same place that have Canelo's fight. So I believe it's gonna be great. We don't know 100%, but probably it's gonna be May 29th against Holyfield. It's gonna be a great fight. The fight that everybody looking for as a fan. The fight that all generations watch. Can you imagine? Not just me, my generation, your generation, all generation watch. So I'm very excited to be part of this team, to be part of this camp, and I look forward for a great fight with you.
He lost the first two fights against Evander Holyfield. First one was a knockout. The second one was the ear bite thing. How is him excited for that fight? As much as you know about Mike Tyson, do you think he will look for the knockout?
Yeah, Marcelo, for example, the time that Mike spent 15 years without training, but without training, but he never stopped to watch fights. So all mistakes that he had in the past, we fixed it. So things that he watched in his videos in the past, he fixed it. So the way we move, the way he moved, the way he dropped his aim in the beginning, the way he dropped his aim in the end, we start working his techniques again. But for 15 years, he worked all mistakes, the good things and the bad things. So as soon as he's back trained, we put everything on the paper. Let's work this, that. We have a game plan. And from there, we build the new Mike Tyson. The guy that today can beat Hollywood, for sure. The way he fought, to be honest with you, the way he fought last time was better than his last fight 15 years ago. He fought much, much better. In shape, with speed, with power. Was exhibition, but it was hard exhibition. In exhibition, everything can happen with guys with two caliber like John Uncle John Jones, Roy Jones,
Roy Jones.
and Tyson. Both has a lot of high Q inside the ring, so everything can happen. We can say exhibition, but we can call exhibition, but not exhibition, it's a fight. But I believe now, with the experience that Mike had, it's going to be a great fight. If the fight happens, it's going to be a great fight. We have a big company behind of them. There's a Tyson Ranch. They are behind of everything that happened with Mike. And I look forward to see Mike Tyson Holyfield 3. Hey!
Rafael, what about OG Talk, the OJ Talk, the podcast? Tell us about that. You can see
I'm
the
really excited
background.
with that. Hey, I'm really excited with that. The OG Talk is about life. I have my podcast. This is my studio in my house. I'm really excited to talk with my people and talk with them and explain everything about martial arts, about life, everything. Then we talk is gonna be about fight for sure. But at the journey, then we have to come to the fight. This is the journey they wanna talk. I wanna talk with a lot of fighters, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people. They have something to say about life, and not just about victory. Because most of the times when you see any podcast, people just talk about victory. No, let's talk about how you got defeat, how you got your victory, how you're gonna humanize people. Then you're gonna humanize everybody. I believe is the best way to talk about life. The OG, why OG? Because when the OG talk, he don't have to be a liar. He don't have to brag himself. He don't have to do that because he was there before. He know everything about life. He passed there before. The difference between OG and the new guys, he was there before.
Great. And when is gonna start? When American fans can expect
So
to see?
Next week we're gonna have our first one. We're gonna have our first one in Portuguese with Fabricio Werdum. It's gonna be. I'm super excited with that. Talk with my champ. We're gonna talk about life, what make who he is, and I'm really excited to talk with him. And we're gonna talk with a lot of students, with a lot of Americans, not just my people from my gym. But I want to talk with the celebrities in the United States. People that come all over the place, all kinds of fighters. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. Talk with them, talk about life, and I believe everybody's going to be really, really happy with that. The OG Talk podcast. Subscribe. You're going to learn a lot about martial arts and life. 100%.
Thank you, my friend. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, Marcelo. You always support me since day one, my brother. You can call me in for whatever you want.